Welcome back, everybody, to one half of the recap. I am one of your hosts, Tannic, and the other host, other one of your hosts, DZ, and the other host, Open Mind.
What's happening? Draftkings World Fantasy Sports World. What's the deal? We back. Happy New Year.
Week 18, we're going to finish it out right now. Ah, man. Interesting.
We haven't been on a New Year show. We ain't been here in a while, so forgive our absence. Forgive us for all of the things that we didn't do for y'all in the last 3 weeks. Because I've been sick. I've had a death in the family. I had a lot of stuff going on that just prevented me from really like just doing anything, any podcast with anybody, let alone myself. Um, but now that that's passed, we're back now. We're about to get ourselves back on track. We're going to cover all of the playoffs into the Super Bowl. And then just to give y'all a special treat, when the Super Bowl is over, there's going to be a pause in between the Super Bowl, and we're going to go into spring football with the UFL. And if we can't do lives, I'll definitely give y'all some quick clips with my voice talking, covering the NFL, the UFL games. But I might not do it until maybe week 3 or 4 because I kind of need a couple of weeks to kind of watch the games and see how these players are behaving and playing and stuff. So we're not shutting the show down, but we are going to take a brief hiatus between the Super Bowl and the UFL. Not necessarily going to be doing live streams for NBA because that's just not our thing. We'll get some clips out, maybe a 30-second clip or just hypertext on the TikTok page. We're probably not going to be doing live streams covering the NBA. And we may not necessarily do live streams for UFL. We'll try to give y'all a live stream here and there just because we're on hiatus and the NFL is over. But I still like to cover some content, and I actually like spring football. So I think I'm pretty good at gauging and calling those games. Not as much as NFL, but it's kind of the same content. And some of the NFL players are going to be playing at UFL, so we're going to give y'all some UFL content when NFL is over. We want to get that out to pass the mic back to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I see that the UFL it's starting to evolve into an actual league. I'm a play it. It's looking interesting. You got two different divisions now. You got the UFL, then you also have the XFL teams in there.
Detroit got a team.
Yes, it's coming together as an extra. How can I put like an extension onto the season of NFL? It's like you get done with the NFL, you got football right coming right back at you.
Yep.
I might actually play that, but then we got baseball coming up.
Well, baseball is your main. I suck at baseball. I'm never gonna do a baseball clip on this channel where my voice on it or not. Not saying we won't cover baseball, but it won't be we. It'll be me. If you want anything to do with baseball, if you have any baseball fantasy sports questions, or if you want some info on a good player, contact me on Twitter X app. DZ is on Twitter X. He's your baseball guy on our channel. For our particular channel, not open mind, but DZ. So if you play fantasy baseball, he's your guy for suggested picks. I'm not your guy because I don't know anything about baseball. So anyway, right now, just for a brief second, I'm gonna just let DZ talk to y'all just for a second. I gotta do some administrative stuff in the background. And I'm gonna jump back on the mic.
Yeah. Oh man, I have to say personally, the last 2 weeks ain't been the best, especially on the fantasy side. Still trying to figure out how to get some basketball done. I'm starting to get better at it, but I'm not really confident yet.
You said
Consistent.
basketball.
Yeah, basketball that beast. I'm I'm slowly getting to the point where I'm starting to pick good players consistently. The problem is that you can't really mess up in basketball. That is the problem. Because right now,
Basketball is volatile.
say what again?
Basketball is volatile.
I wouldn't say volatile. I would say like you got consistency is pretty much your friend. The problem is not everybody is going to be on the consistency side.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, with basketball, it's hard for any basketball player to be consistent because they keep rotating them out like that. You know, the basketball rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even if it's a star player, like they don't play hard every game. A lot of times they just do what they need to do to get by, and it's hard to gamble on it. It's hard to to gauge a player's production to pick said player on your lineup, with them being so up and down with it, whether they're a superstar or not. You get a lot of your production out of the players who don't get talked about on ESPN.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Like that's where a lot of your production comes from. You know, if you're because it's daily fantasy sports. So in daily fantasy sports, there's a lot of um, like you kind of need some consistency with the picks that you have. In daily fantasy sports, you more than likely are going to be playing with a lot of players whose names are not, they don't have a shoe deal, you know, they're not the superstar, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But they're gonna be the reason you won money that day. If
Yep.
that makes sense. You can't always pick LeBron just because he's LeBron. You can't always pick uh, Nikola Jokic because it's Nikola Jokic. Like you gotta you gotta pay attention to those players who really not like well known. That makes sense,
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, I'm back with I'm done with the administrative stuff. We about to get into these lineups, y'all. It's been a while. We ain't been live. It's been a minute. Hey, bless y'all with our presence. But like I said, we're gonna get back on track. So if you open up the DraftKings app, DraftKings app, not FanDuel. We're just doing DraftKings for right now to close the NFL season out. Last game of the season, Week 18. A lot of it's going to be kind of a tricky week because a lot of teams are not going to be playing their star players because especially the teams that made it into the playoffs, they're less likely to play their star players for 4 quarters, maybe the first quarter. Maybe they had a first team out there for the first quarter, right? But then they pull them guys out, and they don't really care about the outcome of that game because their playoff spot is filled, is secure. But we'll get into that as we get to those teams, starting with the Ravens versus the Steelers. Now I'm going to click on Lamar Jackson and read something to y'all before we get started with the line. With the Ravens having secured the top seed in the AFC playoffs, Jackson will be rested in the team's regular season finale. What did I just say? I hadn't even brought the article up yet. The article was loading when I was talking. I hadn't even finished talking, and then here it is. So, Indian Steve Tyler Huntley will draw the start at quarterback this weekend with Josh Johnson backing him up. Jackson, the presumptive front runner for NFL's MVP award, will get an extended breather before the Ravens postseason opener in the divisional round. So and I didn't even expect to read that article, but I was just saying that a lot of the games happening in Week 18, starting on Saturday, finishing out on Sunday. There won't be no Monday Night Football. A lot of these games, it's going to be tricky to say to pick this guy or pick that guy because they're a star might not be a good idea. A lot of second and third stringers are going to be playing across the board, not just on the Ravens, not just on Baltimore. A lot of second and third stringers are going to be playing. And who they are, what they're going to do is going to be hard. So just don't expect a normal football day, football week if you're playing fantasy sports and you're gambling. You're picking these players, you're making your lineups. You would normally pick this guy or that guy. But this is the last game of the season. You got teams that are fighting for playoff spots. And you got teams who don't care about the outcome of this game because they're going to go to the playoffs regardless. Win or lose the last game of the season. their playoff spot is secure. If they lose, it doesn't hurt their chances. If they win, it doesn't better their chances. They're still going to be in the seeding that they are. Let's say, for example, there's 4 teams playing up in the air. The Ravens. Let's say the Ravens lose to the Steelers, which they probably will because Lamar Jackson's not playing. They're going to be 13-4 going into the postseason. It's still not going to make them the number 2 or 3 seed. They're still going to be the number 1 seed. They're the only team with 13 wins. Everybody's got 11 and 10 wins. And the second highest win total is 11 going into week 18. So whoever wins are only going to have 12 wins. They're not going to have 13. So even if the Ravens lose, they're going to be 13-4 upon losing. They're going to be 13-4. They're 13-3 right now. If they lose, they're going to be 13-4. That's not going to push them down from the 1 seed. So think like that when you make your lineups this go around for the last week of the season. Have that thought process when you're making your lineup that certain teams are fighting to get into the playoffs and certain teams that don't care about the outcome. They're not going to play their starters. And you don't know who these second and third stringers are. It might be a good idea to fade that game or fade that situation. Or if you're sure about the player you're going to pick, that's fine. But just understand the circumstances of the team you're picking from. If they're going to the playoffs, regardless of the situation, might not be a good idea to go with their starters, and you're taking a huge risk chance picking their second and third string. With that said, we are going with C.J. Stroud because the Houston Texans are fighting for a playoff spot, and I'm going to pair him up with Nico Collins to start the show.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see here. Oh, man.
Also,
Go ahead.
the Colts are fighting for a playoff spot. The Colts have to beat Houston to get into the play. Houston have to beat the Colts to get into the playoffs. Just wanted to throw that out there.
So that's gonna be a game to see. But you wanna
So
know?
both of them need a win in order for both of them to be eligible for the playoffs. So this is a must-win for both teams. Just want to put that out there.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go against the grind. I'm gonna go with running back. I'm gonna go Harris.
That's not going against the grain. Najee been balling. There's nothing wrong with that pick.
I think Pittsburgh is also in a win-win situation, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes, the Steelers are in a must-win situation. They must win in order to get to the playoffs. They must beat the Ravens. Yeah. They must beat the Ravens in order to get to the playoffs. The Steelers. So Najee Harris is not a bad pick. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. I'm gonna roll with Jalen Warren, the other running back, because both of them ball.
Oh, you
You
doubling
got
up.
Najee Harris, I got Jalen Warren.
I'm gonna go ahead and go pick the defense to get this out the way. I don't see Baltimore doing a lot against Pittsburgh in a must-win situation, so I'm going to pick the Steelers at defense.
Yeah, because Lamar Jackson is not playing. And what is Allen Huntley going to do against Mike Tomlin's ferocious defense going into the playoffs? Great pick. Since I have C.J. Stroud's going to be slinging that ball. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pick the tight end and get Dalton Schultz.
Gotcha. Man. Let's see here. Wide receiver. Wow, Brown is out. That's a terrible thing to hear.
That's why I paired him up with Nico, because Brown is out. That's why I got Dalton Schultz, because Brown is out. So
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz and Nico are going to get a lot of targets, both of them equally.
Yep. And I think the next receiver it makes logically to pick Pickens.
Yeah, because Pickens been balling. He did all that crying and whining for the ball, so they start throwing on the ball. So, hey, sometimes you got to make a lot of noise to get what you want.
Yep.
So we got so far. We got $11,000 left. Pick a wide receiver and the flex. So who's gonna be the other wide receiver? Who's gonna be the other wide receiver? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I will take a chance. I will be racially biased and pick the white boy because if you look at Alec Pierce on the Colts, Alec Pierce gets the ball thrown to him by the white boy quarterback. And lately, Michael Pittman, the light skinned black guy, been, lackluster. He's the better receiver, but it seems racist. And Josh Downs is also a black guy that's not getting a lot of work. But this white boy, Alec Pierce, wide receiver, he gets the ball thrown to him. He gets touchdown. Not as many targets, of course, as Michael Pittman, but they're throwing Alec Pierce the ball. So I'm gonna roll with Alec Pierce at the wide receiver spot.
Gotcha. Looks like I got the flex with 6,900 left.
You know what? Take that back. Take my pick back. I'm gonna take the flex, and I'm gonna take um. I'm gonna take Gus Edwards in the flex, and here's why. I'm taking Gus Edwards in the flex because the Ravens are gonna have Tyler Huntley at quarterback. He's probably not gonna throw a lot of passes. And also, Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers are not playing. So Huntley's going to be throwing the ball to Bateman, Al Galore, and I don't even know the other receiver in Baltimore. It's probably the tight end. So I'm thinking, just to play it safe, that they're going to run the ball a lot in the Ravens. Whether they're effective at running the ball or not, I don't know. But they're going to be running the ball. So I figured the only Baltimore Raven that makes sense to pick is a running back. There's another running back, Justice Hill. He's also a good pick, but we can't pick him on this lineup. But Justice Hill is also a good running back Ravens pick because I think the running backs are the only players that are going to really do much because Tyler Huntley is going to protect the ball. It's week 18. They're giving him the keys to the city. So I would imagine he's going to run the ball a lot, hand it off a lot, short passes, because of the simple fact that, hey, we're making it to the playoffs. I don't really need to do much but just be a game manager. So I think Tyler Huntley's going to be a game manager, and he's going to hand the ball off to Gus Edwards. So I'm changing my pick on Gus Edwards in the play.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna finish it off with Pierce so that we at least have one Colt.
All right. So we got C.J. Stroud, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Nico Collins, George Pickens, Alec Pierce, Dalton Short, Gus Edwards. Steelers on defense going to enter the squad because sometimes we don't enter our squads and they be doing good and we ain't put them in.
Yeah, so, I am well aware of that.
So let's mosey on over to the early slate, 12 Sunday early slate. It should be 6 games. Follow along with us in the Draftkings app. The early slate should be 6 games.
Yep, there we go.
Right. I picked the quarterbacks, and we're on you.
Quarterbacks. Let's see here. Who is fighting for a spot? Is Jared Goff even really going to play as the Lions?
I'm sure he would. The Lions are fighting for a seeding. They get in the playoffs where they're going to lose, but they're fighting for seeding right now. So I'm sure Goff going to play.
That's true.
I'm certain he's going to play.
That's true. That's true. You want to know something? Hold on. Let me sit back. Let me look at this real quick before I say anything. Yeah, confident this is going to be the best thing. Nick Mullins to Justin Jeffries.
Nick Mullins, Justin. Talk about the
Vikings.
Vikings. Okay, so you think the Vikings gonna do some damage to the Lions? They're
Well,
gonna do something.
I think we're gonna have to probably put a lot into that game, especially if it might be a shootout.
Who's gonna be shooting? You said Nick Mullins and Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
Now you know the Vikings aren't going to the playoffs.
No, I did not know if those Vikings are going to the playoffs. Let me.
They're not going. Their last game is to play the Lions. They're not, and if they beat the Lions, they're still not guaranteed to go because they're gonna have a tied record with other teams. They're gonna have the same record, and I don't think the Vikings are gonna win the wild card. So if they beat the Lions, they're not guaranteed to get voted into the wild card because there's gonna be a lot of like tie records, 8-8, 9-8, something like that,
Yeah.
8-9. Those records are gonna. It's a lot of teams that's gonna have a 9-8 record with Vikings being one of them. If they somehow beat the Lions, they're going to be 9-8. There's four other teams that are 9-8. So who they're going to pick? Who knows?
Let's see. 8-8. You got the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, it's going to take a lot. I mean, they have a chance, but it's going to take a lot for them to get in there. So I think they're going to be trying to win this game.
So just putting it out there. Running back. I'm gonna go ahead and get. Last time they played the Minnesota Vikings, Jameer Gibbs went off. So I'm picking Jameer Gibbs. He went off on the Vikings. They can't stop him.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's see here. I think I might go ahead and get that defense out the way. Man, we might have to actually spend up on some defense. Do we?
I don't know. The defense situation, I think the best situation is the Browns because I don't see Cincinnati doing. The Browns are 11-5, and like the Browns are going to the playoffs with a winning record, and Joe Flacco finna destroy the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Browns defense has been holding it down. So I think they're the best. They got a good price, and they're just in a good situation. Like, what is the Bengals going to do to the Browns defense? You tell me.
Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns.
All right, I'll take the other running back spot. Hungry. I need a hungry running back. Running back that's just hungry. It's our favorite guy, Jerome Ford. Cleveland Browns, Jerome Ford is hungry. Let's speak to him.
Gotcha. Let's see here. I think Jacksonville fighting for a spot too, aren't they?
Who? Yep, they sure are.
Yeah. Ooh. Jacksonville, Colts, and Houston. Oh man. I think I'm gonna give it a shot at the tight end. Give me Evan Ingram at tight end.
Evan Ingram.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's see. We got 15 grand left to play with, so we're going to have to get some productive receivers for 5,000 apiece. $5,000 productive receiver. KJ Osborne had a good game in Detroit, so I think I'm gonna roll with KJ Osborne as wide receiver. He had a good game in Detroit.
Osborne? Gotcha.
Yep. Not that they're gonna beat them, but that don't mean the Vikings won't have a good game. Still, I think the Vikings gonna lose, but then Detroit could very well fumble the ball. I don't think if the Vikings, I just don't think the Vikings are gonna win. Even if they score some touchdowns, I don't think they're gonna win the game.
Gotcha. Hmm. I think I might go far out in left field on this one. I'm gonna go pick up DJ Clark Jr. from the Carolina Panthers. Chalk, not Clark. Yeah, Chark Jr.
So why you want that pick? Why ain't that pick?
Tampa Bay weak defense. Just something that's out there.
All right. So we got DJ Chark, $7,700 left. I'm going with Rashid White because he's there. Rashad White, I'm sorry. Rashad White for the Buccaneers going against Carolina Panthers weak rush defense. Why not? So we have Nick Mullins, Jerome Ford, Jameer Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, DJ Chark, Evan Ingram, Rashad White, Browns on defense into that squad now. That's the early slate for Sunday. We're about to, let's see, let's mosey over back to the tiers lineup for afternoon only. It should be 7 games, tiers. NFL tiers, 7 games in Draftkings app. And I'm going to start us off. I'm not picking tier 1, giving tier 1 to you. You can have to.
Really?
I'll take tier 2, and I'll take Devontae Adams.
Okay. Oh, you gonna pick the Raider
Yep.
against Denver? Man, I still cannot believe how the way they treated Russell Wilson on that,
And that's why I'm going with Devontae Adams, because karma is going to be a bitch for the Broncos. Karma
Oh
is a
man.
bitch. Broncos about to get listen. Since the coach Sean Payton is being a jackass, he's going to lose this game just because he's an asshole. You're benching Russell Wilson against the Raiders. You about to lose. Your defense ain't gonna respond. Your defense don't ain't gonna play hard. And Monte Adams gonna go off because they trying to go to the playoffs too. If they beat if the Raiders beat the Broncos, they're playoff worthy. If they beat the Broncos, they got to win them.
That's true.
If they lose, they going home.
Wow. Let's see here. I'm looking at some stuff real quick. All right. I'm gonna. Okay, let me see here. Is this possible? Since I gotta pick tier 1, I already know who I'm picking.
Who you pick?
You already know who I'm picking. I'm picking Jordan Love. And I'm pairing him in tier 4 with Aaron Jones. I don't care what nobody say.
Yo, I've been giving you shit about. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I've been giving you shit about Jordan Love Packers all season. But listen, y'all, let's click on Jordan Love. Click on Jordan Love's game log, right? And look at his stats from week 1 to week 17. I have faded Jordan Love most of the season. I think I started picking Jordan Love in like week 15, right? Week 15, I started picking Jordan Love. And I was getting some of that work, but I was look at his numbers. Jordan Love been balling. He got 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 345 completions. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns, 250 rushing yards, and he only fumbled the ball twice. And he only fumbled the ball twice the whole season. He threw 11 interceptions. Like, yo, Jordan Love is balling. Like, and I made fun of you. I always had like a joke to crack when you say you finna pick a Packers player. But yo, Jordan Love has balled.
Even
He
even
has balled.
even the
This
receiver
whole season,
even the receivers paid off.
yo, I'm not giving you no more shit about Jordan Love, even if they don't do anything but lose in the first round of the playoffs or something. Fine, whatever. But I gotta hold myself accountable. I have been giving you shit about Jordan Love and the Packers, period. And here they are about to go to the fucking playoffs. So Jordan Love, and you said you picking tier four, you gonna pair him up with who?
Aaron Jones.
You pairing him up with Aaron Jones. Like, listen, like I can't I'm not questioning or frowning upon your Packers picks no more because like this nigga Jordan Love has been going off. Like he's just been going off. And listen, when I can catch a Packers game on my TV, because the Packers they don't play down south in Texas, but if I catch them on TV, I sit and watch the Packers play. Jordan Love be slinging the fucking ball, be like, yo, I didn't even pick them tonight. I didn't pick Jordan Love, but I'm watching the Packers game on my TV, and I'm missing out on all that money. so, there's been many a time in 18 weeks of football where the Packers were playing. I didn't pick a Packer, and they ain't gonna say they breaking the slate, but the Packers players, Jordan Love paired up with one of his receivers. I don't have Jordan Love or a Packers receiver, but other people do, and they cashing out. And I got my picks, but none of my picks are Packers. You know what I'm saying? So listen, Jordan Love been balling. Now, in this situation with the Rams versus 49ers, I think the 49ers are in over their head. I mean, I think the Rams are in over their head.
Yeah,
The Rams are not winning.
but do you think the 49ers are really going to come out all full strength? I think, haven't they already have a playoff spot?
I think the Rams are still going to lose
Yeah.
to a second, third string 49ers team. I think the Rams, because Cooper Kupp is not playing. He's needed. Cooper Kupp is not going to play in the season finale.
I don't blame him.
Matthew Stafford's not playing. Kyron Williams is not playing. So I'm thinking the second string, third string 49ers are going to beat the second string, third string Rams. Coach Kyle Shanahan is not about to lose to Sean McVay's second string team. He's not. Kyle Shanahan got backup players that are just a shy behind the starter. So the backup team, the second unit for 49ers are going to play. The second unit. They might not play Deebo Samuel. They might not play Brandon Ayuk. They might not even play Christian McCaffrey. But the second unit is just as capable of going out there and balling out. And I don't think the Rams' second unit is going to beat the 49ers. With that said, I want to roll with DJ Moore, the safe situation, because I think the Bears are going to be trying to hate on the Packers and keep them from going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
the Bears are going to try to hate. They're going to play some dirty football because they ain't going no playoffs. So misery loves company. The Packers could very well lose this game, even if Jordan Love falls out, because it's something about trying to make the playoffs, and it's the last game of the season that you have to win. There's something about that game where the other teams will be playing dirty because they know that you got to beat them. They know that you need to beat them to get to the playoffs. And the last thing they want you to do is let that happen. that Chicago Panthers game gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a crazy football game.
that's true. All right, well, I'm gonna go down to tier 5, and this one's easy. I'm going with Pollard.
You know, with Pollard, not Zamir White.
Oh, wait. Let me. Got Pollard, and you have White.
Better click on White.
He's been getting touches too.
More productive than Tony Pollard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with White.
All right. Tier six. No, they don't have nothing to play for. Uh, no. Tyler Lockett. No. All right. So with I think if I'm not mistaken, Jalen Reed is still injured on the Packers. If I'm not mistaken, he's injured or something. So hold on, let me check and make sure. Yeah, I think Jalen. Think I don't think Jalen Reed's gonna play, but I don't know. Let me take that back. I don't know the situation with Jalen Reed, and I was saying that because I was looking at Romeo Dobbs and I was thinking about just picking him. I mean, you already got Jordan Love. He does need somebody to throw the ball to. So you know what? I'm gonna do that. I actually like Brandon Cooks in this Washington Commanders matchup. I like Brandon Cooks. So if you guys are listening, make a multiple lineup and put Brandon Cooks in here. But for the sake of the show and the sake of Jordan Love not having a receiver to throw the ball to, I'm gonna go with Romeo Dobbs. But I still like Brandon Cooks, right?
I
I
do.
like Brandon Cooks
I do.
in tier six
I do too.
against the Washington Commanders. I'm saying that. That's not just because you got we're giving you Romeo Dobbs on your screen doesn't mean we're saying fade Brandon Cooks. Just make another lineup and shuffle these players around and make sure you put Brandon Cooks in your tier six. Brandon Cooks going to beat the hell out of the damn Commanders. They cannot stop him. That secondary can sometimes contain CD Lamb. But Brandon Cooks is in the slot and he is whooping their ass. The Commanders cannot stop him. So definitely make a lineup for those of you listening, separate from the one we're giving you right here with Brandon Cooks. So we have Jordan Love, Monte Adams, DJ Moore, Aaron Jones, Amir White, and Romeo Dobbs for the afternoon tiers squad. Enter that squad now. Getting to the end of the show, we're about to close out, so we're gonna give y'all an NBA game to close the show out. That's it for football. Of course, make multiple lineups. There's other games going on that we didn't even touch on. Of course, make multiple lineups. If you don't like our line, you don't like our players, that's fine. Grab your favorite players, put them in there, and get paid. So go to the follow us to the NBA contest. It should be a 6:30 game, two games. Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. two game night game. That's the one we're clicking on to close out the show for the NBA.
7:30 Eastern, people.
NBA NBA's been kicking my ass, to say the least. Um, I have not been winning any money making NBA lineups because I just can't. I can't get these guys lined up right for some reason. I don't know what it is, man. But since it's a turbo in this situation, you kind of like want the best players. I'm gonna go with Giannis at the center spot.
Oh wow. Against Houston? Yeah,
You know what?
okay, okay.
No, because Houston contains them, and that's 11,000 dollars. Never mind. Not gonna go with Giannis. I'm gonna go with Sengun in Houston. Sengun,
Yeah, right, yeah. That might be a good better one. Let me
number
see.
five.
Let me see here. You know what? Let me look. Let me think here for a second. Oh man, been playing basketball. Been trying to figure this stuff out. I just missed on the line for 2 points.
Where, yo, I just looked at the game log. Dame Lillard went off on Houston, bro. He went off. He went off on Houston.
He did, but is he gonna do it again? That is the biggest question.
I don't know. Maybe he got Houston's number. I don't know. If he does,
I
the
think.
next time they play, I'm picking.
I also think did the question is did Giannis play that day?
He only was able to squeeze out 50 fantasy points. So
Yeah.
his price is kind of high. Dame dropped 70. Dame had a 70-point fantasy score. 70. Giannis had 50. Dame cost $2,000 less than that. But that was against Houston because it's right there in the game log. So, of course, the question is, will he repeat that? We don't know. Probably not 70, but I'm sure Dame's going to have a good game. We'll say that.
I agree with you there. Boy, let's see here. Who would be a good pick? I mean, we could go Dame. It's only
I mean,
8,800.
Dame's not expensive right now. To me, the price that he's at right now is fair. $8,800 for Dame Leonard to me is fair. He's consistent enough to warrant himself costing 8,800. It's when he gets into the 9,000s and stuff that's when I'll be like, I don't want that. But 8,000, 8,800, I mean, because it's a turbo, and you gotta have the stars in the turbo. You turbos where it's just two games, stuff like that. You can't fade players like Dame and Fred, or like you're gonna have to fade some people just by default, but you kind of want to surround, you kind of want to make the lineups around some of these star players because it's an isolated game. Somebody gonna pick them, and they gonna be run up that scoreboard. It's just a question of which one of these guys are gonna run the scoreboard. We don't know who gonna run up the scoreboard. I've just noticed that Dame had a good game in Houston. I don't know what he's gonna do.
True. True. Oh man, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the small forward. I'm gonna go with Oubre.
Kelly Oubre. How much is he? Oh,
5,800.
all that talk about Dame, I'm getting Dame at the one.
Okay. Now I see if I can get creative here. Because there's one more guy I want, and I want to make sure we have him. I mean, it makes sense to give this guy a shot. He is getting some minutes. He is shooting the ball. I'm gonna go with in the shooting. I'm gonna go with A-Man Thompson. Yes, A-Man. There is somebody named A-Man
Amen.
Thompson at 400.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And Jesus. Amen. And amen. Oh, shamalama. Oh, border country. Amen. And amen. All right. Amen, Thompson. Amen. Gonna have some church up in here. This man's name is Amen. You understand me? You know his mama and aunties and grandmamas and some church going, Bible thumping, prayer warriors to name that boy Amen.
Yes.
Man, ma'am, your child's born. What are we gonna name the child? His name's gonna be Amen Thompson. Amen, Jesus. Hey, listen, his mama, auntie, or grandmama named him. Okay, because
Yeah.
only a church-going woman gonna name their child after something in the Bible or something biblical or religious. His name is Amen. Spelled the way we spell Amen. He spelled it the way we say Amen and Amen. Because sometimes Amen is the question,
That's
right?
true.
You be like Amen, Amen.
Can you imagine going to church now? They'd be like, hey, can the church say amen? Like, man, dang. Amen.
I didn't know that dude's name was Amen Thompson. That's crazy. I had no idea. Um, let's see. We got some money to play with, 22 grand, but we got to start getting conservative here. So we got 4 spots to fill with 22 grand. I like Jabari Smith. He's pretty solid. And in the situation with Tobias Harris being questionable and with Kyrie Eason being questionable, I think I'm gonna go with Jabari Smith at the number 4.
Gotcha. All right. Let me see here. I think I was eyeing somebody else. I was eyeing John Collins. Give me that 4 spot.
He was eyeing John Collins. I see why. With John Collins. I see why you had your eyeball. All right, so I don't know what's going on with Jordan Clarkson. He's very volatile. He can go off and then he can give you a goose egg at the same time. I don't get that. I don't understand that. That frustrates me as a fantasy sports player. So I'm going to skip over Jordan Clarkson and I'm going to go with Jalen Green in Houston
Jalen Green.
at the guard spot.
Gotcha. 4,800 left in the util spot.
There's some potential players down there. There's some starters.
Yeah,
So
you got
there's some starting
Kelly
players down
Olynyk.
here.
You got Olynyk.
And Chris Dunn,
Yeah.
the starters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kelly Olynyk.
All right, so we have Dame Leonard, Amen Thompson, Kelly Oubre, Barry Smith. We have Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green. Is that his name? Jalen Green? Yes. Jalen Green, John Collins, and Kelly Olynyk in the util spot. This is going to be our Happy New Year NBA squad. First show of the new year. Last show of the NFL season. Last, last game of the NFL season. We're gonna cover the playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl. Do our best to give y'all these lines. If we can't give y'all a live, if for some reason we can't go live, please follow us on the Recap Hyperpix on TikTok. Spelled the same way we spell it with two P's. TheRecapp Hyperpix. That's the TikTok page. And we don't do live streams. We don't have time to get on the mic and talk to y'all. We'll go ahead and give y'all 3 or 4 hyperpick players on the TikTok page. You can go to the TikTok page and watch a little 30-second clip of the players that we would suggest since we can't do a live. Also, if you're subscribed to the channel, those same TikTok picks, hyperpicks, will be posted on the archive, video archive on the YouTube page. But the TikTok page is just for we don't have the time to go live. We're not in the position. We can't even make the announcement that we're not going live. So if you don't see us with a live stream on the YouTube page, if you click the page and see if we have a live or if we went live or we got a latest video up, if you don't see the latest video, make sure you check the TikTok page because that's the page. It's easier to just throw a video out there and give y'all some hyperpicks. It's just easier to do that. It's less time consuming, and if time catches up to us and we both can't get on the mic, whatever players we would have told y'all about on the live, you can catch them on hyperpick. It'll be 2 or 3 videos covering the game of the day, NBA or football, and those picks will be the suggested picks for the time. Best we can do for the time, best we can do for our circumstances. We got a life outside of podcasting, right? So this is the lineup on your screen, the NBA squad. I'm about to enter that. Again, like, subscribe, share. Thank y'all for supporting us. Thank y'all for coming through to our live. Thank y'all for being patient with it, right? Because we got lives, a lot of stuff happened. Y'all can hear the raspy in my voice. I'm still getting over what kept me down for the last few weeks, why I couldn't get on the mic and talk. Because it really, my voice hurt. It hurt to talk. And I'm getting over it now, but y'all can hear in my voice, I don't sound like myself. So there's, I've just been sick, man. So anyway, I'm your host, Open Mind, along with your other host, DP.
Have a good night, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy drafting. Get money. Deuces.